Welcome to Hardly Designs.
Darn it. Welcome to the Scale Builders Guild.
And I said the right name this time. I am
Episode
on top of
71?
things. 71.
71.
Let
70
us-
was pretty good.
70 was pretty good. Let us know where you're coming from. And
How
on a
many rigs
scale
you're
of-
bringing to Axial Fest?
How many rigs you bring? On a scale of 1 to 10, how old are you? So
Oh, God. I'm a 44. No. You remember how last week I said that my week was like a 9?
yes.
This week is a 12.
This week is so you're actually climbing up into the American numbers, huh?
It's so bad.
so bad.
So bad.
Yes,
I'm
you had
dying.
warned me last week that this week you may not be able to make today's episode.
But then I said to myself, you haven't missed 70 of these.
Right. I think there was maybe one you were absent while you were on a vacation.
Oh,
A
that's
cabin in the
true.
woods.
I was in a cabin in the woods,
Yes.
and I couldn't check in. That's right.
You
I
were going
tried.
to try, but it did not. It was unsuccessful.
The internet was weak in the
So,
woods.
And then I think
But here we are.
Yeah. And I did one from Mississippi when I was visiting my parents down in Biloxi area. And we did that on your channel only. But other than that, I think I've made all of them because I'm dedicated like that.
I know.
Or
It's
just-
my dedication that's a problem.
Yeah, it is definitely your dedication. You have only been available for 70 weeks out of the last 71.
How rude of you.
How dare you, sir?
How dare you, sir? Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Tonight I'm drinking a Caesar.
I have a Sauvignon Blanc,
Oh, ooh la la.
right? And I have a Pacifico next to me because it is officially the start of a not vacation work trip.
Well, you're not working because you don't have the tent.
No tent, but I will be at a business related event for 3 days.
Is this a tax write-off? Is that why you're saying this now? Like out loud?
For the record.
Let
Your
it
Honor,
be known.
Your Honor, if you would refer to the record.
That's what she said. Well, she's butchering it, but yeah.
Great scene.
Great. Quality comedy. So what you been up to, Josh? Has anybody been watching his Instagram stories? Because some pretty fancy stuff going on there.
I have been busy. Very busy. Preparing for the fest hosted by Axial. But
I'm wearing my shirt in solidarity.
Yes, thank you. My Ripper has been under major reconstruction since Friday. Got a good jump start on it. Oh man, I have an event coming up. I should really start the work on the main truck that I hope to take. So it's
a good looking truck, I gotta say. You've
I am
made
going
it
to
look
much different, right?
well. I was gonna say you've made it.
You've made it.
But you've made it look a lot better than it did.
Yes.
And it's certainly a very unique look. That Cerakote that Rusty applied to everything looks amazing. Looks really, really good. You did a bang up, or he did a bang up job. You assembled it well.
I assembled well. I chose well colors.
You chose well colors.
Yeah, well colors.
You also chose good advice from people that shall remain unnamed. Matt K. Well, no, that's too obvious. M. Ket. To go with the zinced hardware. Is that the zinc? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not zinc.
Not zinc.
GR8, which is a zinc styled coating, because you can't use zinc coating because of toxic. But
yes,
nonetheless,
but it looks amazing.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot a video tonight, just kind of my final prep video in preparation for the real videos of Axial Fest, because I will be doing daily vlogs from the fest.
Just have fun for once.
Oh,
Nobody
you see,
cares.
there is nothing more fun than a lack of sleep and constant effort.
Well, low effort.
Uh,
Let's be honest.
I mean,
You're holding a GoPro.
I am cinematically holding a GoPro.
Hashtag comp stance.
Oh, I cannot wait for the video that will come out the day after tomorrow, because I have a comp stance. I have a comp stance related release. You'll see in the video. Couldn't be more excited.
Tell me about it later.
I'm going to. I will be able to share it with all of you.
Yeah, but you'll tell me about it first.
I will tell you about it. So yes, very much excited.
Good, great. Yes, Axial Fest. The first. It's not even the first day, and they've already teased a new SCX-10 III.
Photos have been released.
What?
I received them on the Instagram already.
From whom?
I'm going to find out, because I will tell them that the only CJ Ohala. I'm sure that I'm saying that incorrectly. I'm guessing that these are from Tower Hobby.
Probably a leak.
I don't know that. But
where did I go?
At some point, they're on the internet. And here you can see 2, 3 photos clearly showing the new SCX-10 III Broncos.
Raise it up there, pal.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Over to the right. Your left. Nope. Up. Oh, you're terrible. There you go. Up.
Your new Axial is on Axial's site. There you go. So
what?
It is an early Bronco. I'm sure that none of it is supposed to be released at this point already. But it is an early Bronco, very well detailed. It's got it's topless, my favorite. Tube
How many tubas do they include?
Tube topped. Tube topped and topless. I'm not sure how you say that. But it's a great looking early Bronco.
Yeah, it's going to be I think, if I'm not mistaken, straight axle.
Straight axle.
Axle, no portal.
I am a big fan of early Broncos. I think that they did this one extremely well. And I say I think as if I was saying that as somebody who hasn't already seen it in person, which I totally haven't.
No, of course you haven't.
So,
yeah, I'm not going to say that I've seen it.
Right. I mean, you haven't seen it in person.
Yeah, but
just saying. I'm just saying. It is well detailed. It's honestly.
Would you say it's their most detailed since the JL? Because the JL was pretty detailed.
Oh, far more detailed than the JL.
Wow.
Honestly, I was trying to think. I was pausing for a brief moment to try and say with confidence that I think it's their most detailed body ever.
Would you say
best
it's more
detailed
than the Deadbolt?
Well, the full-size Deadbolt is one of my favorite vehicles. So, it's almost exactly like the full-size Deadbolt. I just never could buy one because I'm taller than this.
Right.
So that was a full-depth interior. It had a very specific market.
Yeah. Very limited market. It sold not well.
not well in the able-bodied market. Honestly, it's got you can see in the photos the full molded seats and full detailed interior.
The interior is very nice.
It looks great. It really does. So
I'm excited to see it. I'm really glad that they did a release with the straight axle out of the box.
I'm so happy that they did that.
Yeah, I think I'm just putting this out there. I think it'll sell quite well, just because of that fact.
Will it?
Or will it?
Or will it? Honestly,
will it? I think it will.
I think that we are not the majority.
Which is so weird. It's so weird to say that, right?
Yeah.
Like if you go back in time, let's go back to, I don't know, 2011.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. 2011, maybe 2012. And if you said to somebody, I'm going to buy a trail truck and it's got portal axles on it, they would have laughed you out of the room. They would have said, get your G-Made R1 out of here.
That's a good point. The only reason that there may have been like a moment of intrigue or hesitation by most would be like the fact like, wait, that exists? And then it would have changed. I think that it would have been later years where that may have peaked. That right before people would have almost laughed at the fact of portals on a trail truck. So,
yeah.
But, yeah.
The reason
I like straight axles. I prefer straight axles
Yes.
in many ways, but I totally understand why portals are the preference of the market right now. So,
sure.
I get it. And it, when set up in certain ways, super fun, still very capable on the trails. So it's just
all about choosing your lines.
Yeah. Or more motor and go faster.
That's also a thing.
But like JDs are saying in here, it'll sell great because it's a classic Bronco, regardless of the axles that are underneath of it, but it's just like the Traxxas 2021 Bronco. It will sell great because it's a 2021 Bronco. It doesn't even have the same type of suspension in the front end as the real one. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Speaking of, I've seen 2 of them in person already.
2
full-size new Broncos.
Oh, wow.
The real ones, not the sports. So, yeah. And Brandon saw a 4xe Rubicon here the other day.
Ooh.
Yeah. But
that's pretty neat.
Either way, I think that this is a good addition to the line. It is call it like a full-bodied truck, though. So
it's got a little bit of cushion for the.
Yeah. You're gonna have to drive this truck like a full-bodied truck. It's got some good bumpers, though.
I'll tell you what, that's good. I'm going to see if I can add an image here so people can see it. Beep, boop, beep, boop.
Did you find it on the Axia website?
No, I didn't. But I did find it on the internet.
Ah, okay.
So we're okay to do that, right? We can do that.
I mean, if it's on the internet.
It's already on the internet, so here it is. It's on the screen right now. Everyone can see it.
So,
but you can't see us. You can just see them. And it comes in the 2 variants, right? The white.
Yeah, it comes in a white, red, white, blue, and a whatever you want to call it.
Cobalt. I'm going to call it Cobalt. That looks pretty good. I like it.
So, well, I guess it was already on my screen, but still, I don't have the same image.
There we go. All right, everyone has seen it.
So
now they can say they saw it.
You discussed here first.
Yay! We did it. Another
successful week.
And now people are going to go back and they're going to pause and they're going to miss all the stuff we're talking about now.
Right.
So, yes.
So, yeah. Also, photos of the new Proline Pinto have been released.
Oh.
Did you?
Is it the one that we wanted?
It's even different. Even more differenter. It is not for no prep cars. Kind of is, but it's specifically for the short wheelbase, like a stock Rustler or the associated SR10, which is that dirt oval car. So it's a short wheelbase no prep car if that was a thing. which I don't even know if that would be legal since they say had to be based on a short course truck, and those are not short course trucks.
Those are not short course trucks.
So it's very, I don't know. That image was, it's also, I'm not going to be able to very well show, but
should I go on the internet and find it again?
I don't even know where this one is. Yeah, but I'm just going to do this for the people that can see it on my channel. It's very blown out. It's not going to help you at all. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, it's not for regular. It's 11 1/4 inch wheelbase, basically.
So weird.
Very weird. Very weird.
Huh. I wonder if it'll fit on my Gatekeeper. Because I've been doing some cutting.
Did you use a...
Don't say it. Don't say it. I did not. I used my mitts and an X-Acto blade. And look at the fine cuts I got. I've even narrowed the roof.
That's only a roof.
That's all there is now. But look at that. Perfectly straight. Because what I did is I didn't use a Dremel. I used a blade to make a perfectly straight cut with a ruler, and then I scored it.
Have you considered using a Dremel?
Yes. Wait, what? The jokes that are coming out of that.
Oh,
priceless.
My God.
Anyway, there's some more cutting to do. I'm going to do a little cut along the door line here. I've got to take off the door handle. I've got to remove this whole bit. Then I got to build up the fenders to make it more like the actual race truck. Then I got to put it all back together. And because I've chopped the roof to make it work with the Gatekeeper cage, which was probably a mistake.
It's almost like it was not the right choice for that.
Maybe this body might not have been the right choice for this cage. I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I can take 2.5 seconds.
Do you think that a Wraith 1.9 fastbacked with the Element IFS grafted onto the front, which is an easy deal you can get off Shapeways, would have been a better choice?
In retrospect, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And why didn't I buy a Wraith Spawn earlier?
Or a Wraith 1.9, like I was saying.
Or Wraith 1.9, sorry, excuse me.
Right.
Anyway, there's going to have to be some more additional work. I know. I'll have to do some additional work probably now that I've narrowed this. It's not so much the narrowing I'm worried about, but the length. In order to get the chop to work, I'm going to have to stretch it a bit.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because anytime you do one of these where you chop the top, your A pillar gets out of whack, your B pillar gets out of whack, and your C pillar gets out of whack. So you're going to have to. You're going to have to.
Are they connected on this body? Yeah, I guess it's got solid sides between the BC. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
it's okay. I can make it all work.
Right. Now that is the Traxxas Bronco body. And you have
yeah, obviously. Phantom Works just said, "Did you try a rotary cutting tool?"
Did you use a electric powered spinny wheel?
Some sort of rotating chainsaw, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. A chainsaw?
Get one of those. I'll get the mini chainsaw.
Yes. Have you seen the nitro powered one?
I have.
Is there anything more like I'm gonna have to, this is completely side tangent, but nitro chainsaw reminded me of it. You, I think, have been a more responsible human than myself. I get sucked into those stupid crafty videos that pop up on the social media.
The the DIY videos.
The watch this guy do this thing that is totally way more work than anything. Like, I just get sucked into those 5-minute crafts and crafty and craft.
I like the ones that use cement for everything.
Oh, I know. There's so many of them. There's so many that are just you can tell they're in areas where they don't have Amazon, and you could just buy the actual one for $14. But or the amount of hot glue those people go through.
Or pop bottles. They use pop bottles for everything.
Yeah, pop bottle caps. Psh, so many things.
Travis Gilmore said that looks a lot more like the Axial Bronco body than the Traxxas Bronco body.
That's because it's topless.
Yes, for now.
Yes, the new Axial SCX-103 is a Geely Bronco. We discussed
it is
slightly earlier.
If you go back in time.
Don't go back. Don't do that.
Well, no. Stay live. Stay alive.
Stay alive.
Go look at that later.
Please stay alive.
Hey, mail call? Maybe I'm rushing things along here because I've been working extremely hard.
I have been too. So hard that I even forgot. I think I got things.
Okay, well, I have them right here. So first things first.
Let's go with yours first.
Chris sent me some stickers.
Who's Chris? Do I know Chris?
Chris is an Instagram follower, but he sent me some stickers. At Chris Gasco, maybe? Anyway, he sent me some stickers from his Scalar Club out in the Salinas Valley.
Yep, they're
SBS.
That not far from where I reside.
Why is it so dark in here today? It's too bright. Okay, that's better. Anyway, Salinas Valley Scalars, thank you very much for sending those along, Chris. Hope you're watching. I have some beef jerky here. This didn't come in the mail. I just have it. I'm going to eat it.
It was delivered by hand?
Yeah.
How did you get it?
I brought it down here. I had it delivered.
So not in the mail?
House. It was, never mind. It didn't come in the mail this week.
Okay.
But more importantly, in the RC related world, this little guy showed up.
What is that?
This is from FMS, but Horizon sent this to me.
I see.
So this is a licensed Toyota Land Cruiser 80 series, 18th scale, let's say.
Got ya. Interesting.
Hard body, full interior. It's a cute little tiny truck, I gotta say. And it's got a aluminum ladder frame and all the bits and pieces. Beadlock wheels.
The beadlock. It has the beadlocks.
It has the beadlock. And those are MTR ripoffs, or I'm sorry, MTR-like tires.
Yeah, MTR inspired. I also have an FMS on the way.
Oh, do you?
The Jimny.
I also have the Jimny on the way.
There you go. Are
you dealing with FMS Direct?
I am dealing with FMS Direct.
Okay, we'll compare emails.
Okay. I like it. Did yours come Instagram?
No, actual email.
Ooh, mine came through the Instagram. So, I think I could be wrong.
I'm pretty chuffed about this, though. I like them when they're tiny. That's what she said. But there's a lot to like about this. It's got a lot of features at the price point. Like it's $179 on Horizon's site.
It is $179.
That is correct.
That is
for a hard
expensive 1/18 scale.
You think so? It's only
Am I
$80.
wrong?
It's only $80 more than you would pay for an SCX-24, and that's
to me 1/18 scale and 1/24 scale exact same thing.
Well, let me just, for the record, show you the difference in size.
Same thing. I see no difference. That is exactly the same vehicle to me. Those are slightly different shades of gray. Beyond that, exact same vehicle.
I think you need to get your eyes checked.
If it is smaller than 1/10 scale, they are all the same.
You're paying for the hard body, I might add.
Which you usually do.
2S lithium polymer battery. Everything fits under the hood here.
My favorite type of lithium.
When it's mixed with polymer.
Yeah.
All the bits and pieces are in there.
No realistic engine cover? Sadly,
no. They had to fit the electronics in there so they could fit a full interior in there. But it is magnetized, so it stays closed. It's got decent strong bumpers on there. I think it's pretty cute. I like it.
What type of pliers should you use to open a beer bottle?
Vice grips.
I have a
Aussie RC Queen. I think Aussie RC Girl changed her name. Aussie RC Queen. Thank you for the $5 Australian reduced. Will the Pinto catch fire like the real ones?
Oh, I cannot wait for that video. Should we get them and then find ways to catch them on fire?
Mayhem.
Burning RC vehicles.
Burning RC cars. And will the Traxxas release a rock bouncer? Well,
that is up Traxxas's alley.
That is up their alley, ain't it?
I could see it, but if Traxxas released a rock bouncer, you know the first thing that they would do? IFS. All the eyes. IFS, IRS. It would be a slash with a cage.
Don't you think that they would take an existing platform like the UDR?
No.
And just make that a rock bouncer?
Nope. I think they would take an existing platform like the Slash and put a cage on it.
I don't know.
I'm just saying. I know it's not the popular answer, but it's the answer that would be.
I really need to update the description on this video because the 50K giveaway is now very much done. Both prizes have been shipped out. I shipped my trucks.
Good news.
I shipped my drawers.
I also got Suits made a couple of posts on the social media. He is back in action. He made contact with me as well, and I believe that he said that he was going to try and have the 50K truck done this week.
Nice.
I know, which is great news because then that truck will also be done.
Cool.
So,
because that's all it's waiting on, correct?
Yeah, that's it. As soon as the body comes back, we're done.
Excellent. There's something going on with my camera today. So it's just deciding I don't want to be a camera anymore.
Well, it's an audio show anyway, but
I don't know if the audio works if it's doing this. So
even better. Yeah, Bill says, Josh, expected you to be madly packing for Axial Fest tonight. Oh,
that's okay. Nicole's doing it.
It is just slightly delayed. And it will commence as soon as the off button is selected on this video. I have a lot of packing to finish doing. I have a checklist in my phone that I've been creating for a week.
That's really nice. Are you done with mail call before we move on?
I haven't started mail call. Here's my checklist. Ooh, all the things. Didn't focus. That's good news because there's things on there you shouldn't see.
Yeah, bring the Ripper too.
Yeah. Speaking of, the truck is done.
Sweet. It looks so great.
It does look good. There will be lots more info. So much carbon fiber on this thing now. I found
that's good.
So many
because you know what we needed, Josh.
Carbon fiber.
We needed a more expensive Ripper.
I found some ways to pack more things that were unobtainable in that. No,
it's full of unobtainium now.
Full of it.
That's where it's all the gears.
I got into the pad for the original Ripper, got in there, started drawing my inner fenders so I could cut them out of carbon fiber, did all that. I'm toying with the idea of designing and 3D printing some stuff tonight. I know, probably on. Don't forget your radio, Tony. That is not on my list. My radio is literally not on my list. I am going to do that right now. Radio.
You know what you need?
Spare
bring all
radio
those
battery.
Bring all those radio boxes you have too. You might be able to unload some of those while you're there.
Also a plan.
Because there is a swap meet.
Nicole, luckily, is going to be coming up, but then going home. So I can just have her take those things.
Yeah, she'll be thrilled. Paul's 1816. Can an axial truck with a Stealth X Trans get into the Axial Fest? No.
Nope. Sure can't. That is not an axial transmission. You need an axial replacement, axial replacement chassis, axial or axial upgraded axles, and an axial transmission or transmission based on an axial design.
Yep.
That is not the Stealth.
That will not pass tech. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Exactly. So, do not bring that.
Don't bring it.
Just like I am not bringing any trucks with a VFD. All of my trucks have axial style transmissions.
Because you're going to Axial Fest.
Because I'm going to Axial Fest. Granted, my trucks have a lot of Vanquish parts on them, but those all axial upgrades. So, that is it.
Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. My one of my moderators, Ben, Scale Crawler Fab, he drove the whole family up here to Axial Fest in an RV. And he stopped at the shop tonight on his way into town. And he took the North Highlands tour, which, Matt, you've been on.
It's a good neighborhood.
We were in a great neighborhood. But then I gave him a tour of the shop as they made the rest of their trek up to the Axial Fest location. Dale C., thank you, sir. Don't forget to add those 2 blondes and 1 brunette to that list. Don't want to forget those.
Is that a lady joke?
I mean, as long as Nicole doesn't hear it, it's still a funny joke.
I'm having carne asada tonight, Gunner.
That all I have handy is Armageddon still. Why am I still tempted? You know why? Because I haven't had any in a minute, and I forgot. That
he's getting me. He's getting me the rest of the Korean barbecue because nobody orders it, so I'm taking whatever he's got.
You're taking the rest. There it is. Oh,
I'll take the whole plate.
I didn't reseal this. I wonder if dried out Armageddon is better or worse.
I would not do that.
Why?
I'm just saying. Carne asada is very good, by the way. Good flavor profile. This is a great guy, and a moose said,
piece.
"Hey, can I bring my Mustang to your Camaro meet?" Yep.
Could a VS410 Origin be allowed at Axial Fest?
Nope. No.
Being that it was fully no. Even though that a VS410 chassis is an upgrade and it used a 3-gear transmission, like. But no, since it came as one full kit, no.
Don't do it.
I did it.
Nick, Josh would forget his plane ticket if he needed one, but he's just driving.
I know. I knew you need to fill up on gas.
Yeah.
So
I bet you that Gladiator gets really good mileage.
It does. Way better than my old one.
When it's fully loaded.
Fully loaded. Still hot. Doesn't matter if it's been open a while. Is the Ultimate Bomber Axial Fest legal? Brett, that's a great question. Because I changed the transmission in that. Now, it uses a 3-gear axial style transmission, though. So, but it is a 3D printed case, but it's still just a regular 3-gear. It's pushing it, but maybe.
I bet you Tech would let it through.
Tech would let that through. They just wouldn't notice.
They wouldn't look. They wouldn't notice. They wouldn't see it.
Yeah. So, that is spicy.
What a ding dong.
Still hot. So,
Jub said to me, Matt, get Axial to do a Range Rover.
Please.
Well,
no.
they just started making a Bronco, so they've already got a horribly unreliable vehicle.
So, yeah. Yep. Now, yeah, a lot of vehicles have been allowed through Axial Fest in the past that have not previously. However, I do know that this year, a couple of the people doing tech are much more savvy, especially on the Axial product specifically. And with the lesser amount of people that are likely to be there, you are much more likely to be seen on the course and asked to remove your non-axial vehicles and go back to your campsite with them. Campsite. Go back to your parking spot to retrieve.
Go back to where you parked your car.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here
and get a vehicle that is an axial vehicle.
Let's just, for once and hopefully for the last time, let's just say, if you're that guy that needs to go to an axial event that is brought to you by Axial.
Brought to you by.
And put on, and you're paying to go to. Right. Why would you bring anything other than an Axial? I don't get it. You're like, I tricked all those stupid Axial guys. Check out my Vitera Ascender. It's like, nobody cares.
Just bring an Axial car. It's an Axial Fest.
It's an Axial event.
Gunnar Nissen, thank you. $1.99 says, eat another piece. I threw my unopened bag of Armageddon on top of my vehicle here because I'm going to pack it. And if you see me on the trails at Axial Fest, please ask for a small piece.
A sample. Take it with you. That's a great idea.
I would like you. If you take a quarter-size bite of the Armageddon, for the next 30 seconds after that, I will videotape you as you explain your vehicle to me.
Oh, that's great. It's like Hot Wings. It's the Hot Wings show.
It's like, what's that called? Hot Ones. You take a quarter-size bite, and then you describe your prized vehicle to me on the trail.
That's great. That's a great idea.
Please find me and take the Armageddon challenge.
Barry G, thanks for the $5. I went to Josh's local hobby shop today. They don't carry Orlando parts or electronics, so I'm donating to a channel that won't lead me astray.
Mail call. Hold on.
Yeah, you assemble your stuff for mail call.
That's still hot.
Ian Turbot said, "Why are North American spec Rover products so bad?" I don't think it's just North American spec. I think it's all spec. I just think they're wildly unreliable. I don't know why, but it's the same thing with my Mini. My Mini, after 4 years, started to really kind of like show its age. So it was a good time to get rid of it. Travis Gilmore said, the Pennsylvania Jeep Jamboree is coming up here soon. I think I'm going to go buy a Hilux and show up. People love it when you do that, especially Toyota people when you show up with a Jeep. I think that's exactly what they like.
Okay. I'm taking my own challenge as I ate a piece, and now I'm going to try and...
You're a fool.
Fool! So much of the parts that I ordered this week are already on my Ripper, but these are just non-fancy. These are parts for the drawer. I got the 132nd Orlando jack.
Wait, is it an assembly kit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, snap!
You have to build the functional 132nd scale floor jack.
Your giant fingers, you're never going to build that.
I mean...
Why do I feel like I'm going to get some mail from you.
I don't know why you feel that way.
It's going to include that. You're like, can you build it for me?
Moose Jaw says that he will take the challenge. Moose Jaw, find me on the trail and pick
Joe,
your
don't
favorite
do it.
rig. Pick your favorite rig to talk about. I will
Who's
have
okay? Axial Fest 2022. Who's with me? Because I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
I missed too many in a row. It's not fair.
You missed too many in a row.
I actually missed 3 though, because I didn't
Did
go
you?
in 2019 either.
You're terrible.
You didn't go in 2019, did you? Oh yeah, you did. I was the first year Dunner.
Exactly. Scott O'Blander, thank you, sir. On vacation in Idaho, bent an AR-44 axle shaft today. Vanquish replacement on order. Have a great time at Axial Fest. Looking forward to the vlogs. Yes, I'm looking forward to as well. Get those replacement shafts. Those are on my list, just in case.
Because Josh drives hard.
Moose Shaw says, I will bring my stock SCX-24. That's what he's going to talk about. You know, you may win the Axial Fest concourse at home with a stock SCX-24 if you put just some stickers on it.
Did that happen?
Well, not with an SCX-24, but in one of the other classes, a very stock-looking rig with some stickered up parts look like it is what it won.
You're not talking about Chris's Gladiator, are you?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope. I did see also, I'm literally going to punch you through the video somehow for eating celery in my ears. The rage level of hearing somebody chew is somewhat...
Great news is, I don't think anybody else can hear it.
Oh, we can all hear it. Mr. Ed.
Want me to chew some ice later too?
For some reason, that sound doesn't bother me as much as hearing somebody chew like celery or an apple or carrots.
Oh,
I am the most unviolent,
that.
passive person you've ever met unless I can hear you chewing. Unless I'm also chewing at the same time. Then, for some reason, I want to murder you so hard. Gigawatts. You think, oh, there's a little piece of Armageddon stuck back there that I inhaled. I'm staying in Rancho Cordova outside of SAC this weekend. Decent area, or should I be worried? Yes. It depends. I actually live down that way. There is... You should know. You should know by the area surrounding you. It's as it appears wherever you are. Don't leave anything in your car.
Don't leave anything in your car. Don't wait. I mean, there's no campground, so you don't have to worry about leaving things in your campground. Will there be a security detail again this year, do you think?
Well, I don't know. But even if not, is it worse than the Canadian security detail? I don't know.
Hey there, sir. Please come over here and can you prove to me that those are your tiny trucks, please?
Tito says, geez, Matt, are you chewing gravel?
There's a very crisp piece of celery.
Yeah.
Super crisp.
So everyone at Axial Fest should carry celery around with them.
I mean, it's got electrolytes. So
if I wasn't at home by myself, I would break this beer bottle over the corner of my desk and just...
It's got what plants need. Toby T said, stop filling your mouth and talking. It's rude. And talk RC.
Carolina Ghost, thank you. Coming in late. Did you guys see the new Axial CX-10-3 Bronco? Has straight axles, no portals. We did. We discussed it a little bit. It big fans. Big fans.
Yeah, big
both
fans.
of us. I think we are both looking forward to posting and reviewing about them soon.
Hopefully.
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
Oh man.
It's got what Matt craves.
It's got. I don't know if it's just paranoia or if I actually had some Armageddon on my finger and I just wiped my eye.
Oh no.
It feels spicy, but it could just be in my in my thoughts.
It feels spicy. It could just be in my face.
Yeah.
There was one last thing on mail call that we forgot to talk about. I don't have it yet, but
Worst mail
one
call
of my
ever.
local shops posted that they got a Tamiya Egress re in. I know you don't care about that.
I don't know what that means.
But it came out after the Avante, so like 1990-ish, and
Okay.
it absolutely blew the Avante away. It was so much better in every single way possible. And I lusted after that car. I ended up getting a Kyosho Optima Mid, or Turbo Optima Mid, which at the time was pretty killer. But this, probably one of my all-time favorite Tamiya RCs. They finally reread it, and I've got it waiting for me at the hobby shop. I just need to go get it. I called them up yesterday morning. I said, I don't know when I'm going to be able to come by, but just assume that I've already purchased it.
You know what? I'm happy for you. It sounds like pure joy in your voice.
Thank you.
Really
I'm
feel
very
like
excited.
I feel like my eyeball is on fire, though. I would love to say that I listened to the rest of that story, but this eyeball is spicy.
There's a turbo, Jake Teeth. There's a Turbo Optima Riri. Oh, yes, there is. That one is beautiful too, but not the Optima Mid. The Mid is a totally different design, and I really hope that Kyosho does a Riri on that, because that would be awesome.
Yeah, you know, what vehicle would you like to see reread that was made after the year 2000? That was initially released after the year 2000.
Are we just talking like trail trucks?
Anything.
I don't know. I've got pretty much everything I could want.
Yeah. That
I've got a trail honcho waiting for me to be built.
Yes, that's true.
SCX-10.
Would you buy if today they re-released either the original spec Axial AX10,
Yeah.
the Scorpion, or they re-released the Axial XR10? Those one, you can only buy one or the other. Would you buy one or the other, or would you buy either of them? They come out and they're $400.
XR10.
You would buy an XR10?
Yep.
When
I first saw that, oh man, when I first saw that, I was like, oh, I gotta have one of those.
People say that's not a vehicle. That is a part. It's out the window. I'm not kidding. It's hot. I feel like I have a sunburn right here. I don't feel like it's in the eye, but around the eye. Not so much here or here, but right here.
You should just go wash your hands.
I'm kind of thinking that that's true. But
I've got things I can chat about.
So you're fine. I have hand sanitizer. That's the same thing.
You can get a Riri of the Optima Mid on eBay for $2,000.
Oh.
I don't think that's a Riri. I think that's an original.
Axial EXO is getting some love.
It's so funny. I got the EXO when it first came out, and I broke a bunch of parts on it, running it into things, going too fast. And I fixed it all up, and I sold it off. And then I got another one. And that one was completely built from kit, but never run.
Okay.
And then I never ran it, because I was like, I don't want to wreck it. Then I sold it. I feel like I should have hung on to that one.
I drove an Axial EXO for a total of about 15 minutes ever. and then it caught on fire.
How did that happen again?
I was at the skate park with it, as you are with most vehicles of that sort. I think that I was really tempting fate because I put a space shuttle theme on it. I had a wrap done that was a space shuttle.
I remember.
Then it burned to the ground. I came off of a jump and just pancaked, and the sound changed. And I was just like, that's a weird sound. And it was all the way across the bowl of the skate park. And it's kind of coming back. And then it got real into character, and there was a lot of smoke behind it. And then I lost all control, and it burst into flames. Video of said fire? There is video of said fire. Just look up Axial XO Fire. It's on my old channel, which is Bird Reynolds. You'll find some gems of videos on my old YouTube channel.
Him going fast on a motorcycle.
Yeah, me going like a very irresponsible speed on the highway. I think it was on my old Hayabusa. Doing like 175 miles an hour.
Travis Gilmore mentioned the Yeti. That was a good choice.
Would you?
Yeah, I love the Yeti.
I think that that's a great vehicle that should just sunset. It should. I don't have.
You don't have any love for that one, eh?
Not particularly. I just never really liked it. Drove it. I tried to turn it into things that I liked, and I just never loved it.
I tried to make mine into a Class 3.
You have always had terrible ideas.
Always. I know.
You're you've never cared about actual performance, huh?
No, it didn't do very well.
Yeah. No, that sounds right. No, Bird Reynolds, like the animal.
Like an animal.
BIRD Reynolds, like Burt Reynolds, but a bird.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
You made funny names. There was one other that I thought of that I'd like to see again. Remember the old HPI rally car 8th scale?
Yes, the WR8.
Yes.
That was a cool truck. Even
in Nitro.
What?
They did Nitro.
God, you start with good ideas.
No, this is a great idea. I love Nitro. I do.
No, it's not. The WR8, cool vehicle, some cool bodies. I didn't even know they made a Nitro version.
Yeah, they did. I'm surprised they didn't like the Nitro idea. What's wrong with that?
No, it's not a good idea.
I had you up until
you
Nitro,
did.
So why don't we just go?
Now I'm disgusted.
Why don't we just go back a step, and I'll accept the battery version as well.
Okay. Even the Kyosho the 1/8 scale rally car.
DRX.
Yeah. God, that was a cool car. I would go for that again in a heartbeat.
What did I do with mine? I sold it to a guy locally.
I had a DRX as well for a while, and I don't remember who I sold it to. But God, it was a cool car. Look up Axial XO Burns. It's there. Yep.
How happy was Axial with you after that video?
Not super. Somewhere between not super and not at all. So, yeah.
Who was it you heard from first?
You know what? It was worse than that. It was the not hearing from anybody.
And yet somehow, here you are.
You know what? Yep. Somehow it came around. It's one of those things like, and it will be no secret to anybody that Matt and I, if you want to run you can call this a successful YouTube channel, what both of us have. You could. I don't know if it's right, but more than anything, we have friends in the industry. We do play a little bit of politics, right? We could say that. A lot of politics, even. Because we both
But before
enjoy.
we get started, here's a word from
Yeah.
Axial Racing.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr. We
You know, when people just sponsor products for no reason, it just really bothers me.
yeah. Oh, I have such a headache. Little, yellow, different. Whatever
I can't
happened?
talk about this anymore.
Whatever happened to Nuprin? But it's never been like if something has sucked in the past. Usually, still just going to end up saying it. Like there's not because the thing is that who are you going to hide it from? If you say that it's
my
awesome
God.
and then it just sucks, like they're just going to be like, well, you're wrong and not going to come back here.
Right. Credibility is the most important thing. And I make that very clear whenever I talk to anybody that I'm dealing with, whether it be.
But there is also the factor of time that we fall into many times because often we will receive a truck and you have, if it's a kit, is the worst because you have to get it, build it, paint it, video it, edit, and then upload in a schedule that may be 5 days at times. And you may not have a time frame where you're actually able to get like a real, someone who has the truck for 3 days, 2 days, a full day may have a better chance of a broader sense of a review of it, as far as driving experience or reliability.
Sure.
I think that is a true factor in what happened with like myself in the Rift. I really enjoyed driving the Rift. I wasn't aware of the durability issue that had happened to myself even during that video until later. So, I wasn't able to point out the fact that there was an axle housing issue at the very outset.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah, and I mean, reliability is something that can vary from person to person and the way in which they use the vehicle. I mean, sometimes, you take it out and you have a bit of fun with it. And other times you just drive it on the carpet inside your garage and the diffs explode. So, I mean, anything can happen. But so that's why I don't really focus on such trivial things as reliability.
And I drive like an 11-year-old.
Yeah, you drive like a moron.
11-year-old who's had a lot of Mountain Dew.
Right.
So
exactly.
Oftentimes reliability issues can pop up for me. But
quite quickly.
It's possible.
No,
but that's one of those things. Like even like I have been one to be critical of the Capra. Matt, you have too.
Totally. Yeah, I'm not without my criticisms of that vehicle.
It's just not a vehicle I enjoy personally.
I like it a lot more now that I've changed it. I will tell you that.
You,
but
you don't have a Capra anymore.
No, I don't. It's not a Capra.
You do not have a Capra.
It's a Capra
anymore.
In cage only.
Right. And I say that my Wraith 1.9 up there has almost a completely new drivetrain underneath of it. It does have a completely new drivetrain underneath of it, but it's all of the same design.
Sure. Okay.
It's upgraded parts of every single component other than the chassis. Yours is upgraded parts of every single component except the chassis, except that those components weren't even made for that vehicle.
No, exactly. Yeah, I put a 3-gear, an actual Vanquish dig in there, completely different chassis mount, different axles entirely. It's a completely different truck or buggy or whatever you want to call it.
Right. So,
but yeah, you're right. There is a lot of politicking, and I think that the people who have longevity in this hobby are the ones that are credible because they are honest.
Right. And that was the only reason that I made that caveat of time is because sometimes you're like, this is a great truck, and then it ends up having a ton of reliability issues
Right.
for people that have ended up having it. It's like, and that can be a bit of a hit to credibility.
For sure. But
because of that
if
reason.
you follow it up afterwards with a couple of videos that kind of explain some of those things,
Yes.
like, hey, I got this early. I've heard there's been a lot of reliability problems. I've experienced them too, yada, yada, yada. And you go on from there. I got the Rift kit. So I didn't have any of the RTR growing pains.
Right.
Mine, like you saw the video, I wasn't particularly kind to it, but I wasn't super mean to it either.
Right.
But I had
Oh,
no
no,
reliability problems.
I didn't watch your videos.
I mean, up until now, I didn't even know you had a YouTube channel.
My YouTube channel is Bird Reynolds.
I
haven't put a video out
that
since 2012.
I just thought this show was the only videos you did.
The only thing you do. Yes, I of course watched your Rift video.
Yeah.
Great music.
Oh man. Did it ever? I think it did.
It ever. So yeah. You know.
I
don't remember how we ended up going down that path initially, but
I don't know either.
Wild
something to do with your EXO, I guess, and how we're people who work in this hobby, and
I didn't drive it for very long.
Actually,
didn't talk to you anymore. Somehow I still get vehicles, even though
because all those people don't work there anymore.
Hey Josh, did notice a crack in your axle so when you were replacing it, and let us know. Stabby Josh, that was I didn't let you know when I was replacing it. I didn't notice it until I was doing a live teardown on a Friday, which was just going to be a pull it apart, show you what's inside, and put it back together. And that's when I was just like, oh, look at that. Cody Vandenberg, he brought up the laser nut. Also, a similar story in some ways. A lot of people have had axle shaft and diff issues and things like that.
I got my wheels came off. I showed that in the video.
Well, mine did too at the very end of my shooting, but that wasn't something that I put in the video because I didn't know that it was going to be. I thought it was just sometimes that can just be something that
just
happened.
Like you.
I didn't see a characteristic of that happening because it happened to me one time at the end of shooting.
Yeah.
So you're just weird. Like, oh, that's weird. The wheel came off, and then you don't mention that, and then it happens to everybody else, and you're just like, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that. So.
Doug Lemoyne, thanks for the $4.99. Been away for a bit. Always enjoy these vids. Right on. Keep up the good work. Maybe one day you can teach Josh how to paint a truck. Keep up the good work. Thanks very much, Doug. Teaching Josh how to do anything is a lot like one of the assistants that I was training when I was getting promoted to full-time editor. I said, okay.
Is that person your boss now?
No. He's a good friend now. But at the time, I was like, okay, new guy, here's the manual on how to do my job. This is how the editor that you will be working for likes things. And he looked at it and he went, I'm not going to use that. Like, okay.
Okay.
Okie dokie. You
are Huckleberry. Thank you, sir. Went to the Recon G6 event last week. That event will show you a truck's reliability. G6s can, in many instances, any kind of. I've been to a lot of G6s. I've traveled internationally for G6s, meaning that I've driven to
Canada.
Toronto. I've driven to Canada. I like to make that sound important. I've done international travel for RC events. I drove to Canada.
It actually says in his bio, Josh Thede, internationally traveled RC enthusiast and influencer.
That is my LinkedIn account. You read my LinkedIn bio.
I don't think we've made that connection yet.
Are we not on LinkedIn? Are we not connected on LinkedIn?
No.
Huh. Odd.
Gunnar Nissen, thanks for the $1.99. Thanks for putting my jerky up. LOL. It's like people only do things because they're getting paid.
I can't wait now for the Armageddon challenge.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
I have my fanny pack in here. I'm gonna just make sure I put the Armageddon on the old checklist.
Went a little out of focus there. DK had a good question here, and this is something for the room. Question for Matt and the chat and everybody on Josh's channel too. Picked up a sealed UMG 10 kit.
Okay.
Build or save?
Build.
I'm leaning towards build as well.
That's an easy one for me. That's a build.
Yeah, I say that because I don't think that one's going to have the same sort of longevity or nostalgia that a Honcho would have, or even an SX-10-2 Cherokee kit. I know that Josh is cringing, but like nobody cares about that. Just you wait, Josh. I've got a new box kit that I haven't built yet. I'm just going to hold on to that for 10 more years and see what happens.
You're gonna make an extra $50 easy.
But no, I would definitely build the UMG 10. I like it a lot. That's one of my favorite axles.
I mean, that's one right over here on the floor as well. That one's a build for me. There's been so many. There was so many SCX-10-2s.
There were a lot.
Like,
can you count? Can you go through all of them?
I can go through them in order of release.
Okay. Oh, ooh. All right. Okay, go.
So
start.
The very first one, of course, Axial SCX-10-2 Cherokee. The very first
kit version.
Kit version first. The RTR came out slightly after, of course. Mm-hmm. That was released at Axial Fest in 2016. Then after that was the 2017 Cherokee, or the 2017 JK. The mm-hmm. red. After that was the Honcho.
Budget build.
Following that was the Deadbolt.
Yes.
Monthly Mayhem. Do you remember? Because we got the JK
Honchos.
and the Honcho, the JK, the Honcho, the Deadbolt. We got those all three within like 2 months.
Yeah.
And I remember we connected when the Honcho came out, because the JK had come out, and then you and I, when the Honcho came out, you're just like, hey, you want to do this budget build? Or you want to do something together on video? I was like, hey, let's do the Honcho budget build that I'm going to do. And you're like, okay.
That's how this all started.
Yeah, Matt sent me an email that, hey, remember we met in Pennsylvania? I asked for your autograph.
Dear Josh, I once asked for your autograph at an event in Toronto.
Pennsylvania,
Perhaps
actually.
You remember. Is that where we first met?
Yeah, ECC or ECSC.
Oh yeah. It's too dark for me.
And then so we had like these 3 trucks, and we're just like, what are we gonna do with this Deadbolt? We just did the JK, we have the Honcho, we spent all this time on. What are we gonna do with this thing?
It's like they're all the same underneath.
They have different bodies.
Miniature little variances between them, but Lone Star RC Guy, thanks for the 499 to help fund for the tool that shall remain nameless. I don't need one. I have one already.
Why didn't you use it?
You know what? I'm a terrible builder.
Okay, Gunner, thank you. He says, I'll give a satisfied jerky hat to anyone that eats your Armageddon challenge and doesn't break a sweat. And there'll be video proof.
That's great. I love it.
But yeah, so, okay, back to the thing. Deadbolt. After the Deadbolt, this is where things get a little fuzzy. I think that is when the UMG 10 came out. Was after that. But it was the RTR first. Was it not?
I don't think the UMG 10 was a RTR.
Pretty sure it was the gray one, right? Was that?
Did anybody ever buy the gray one?
Did the UMG only come in kit?
I think it only came as a kit. I don't think they could afford to have anybody build that.
Yeah, I think you might be right. You're right. I think it was a kit. Yeah, possibly.
Then what?
That is
Ford body.
Ford. Oh, that's no.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't the Blazer come out before the UMG 10?
Oh shit! Yes, Blazer
Yes.
came out. Blazer came out before the UMG 10.
The Blazer, then the UMG 10, and then the Ford pickup,
and then
the 6x6. No. Is that right? Did 6x6 come out? No, the 6x6, yeah. So yeah, somewhere in there. I remember I drove the 6x6 at the Axial Fest 2019 at Donner.
Incorrect.
Yep. Nope, I am not incorrect. You're incorrect. You can't handle the truth.
No, wait a second. Nope. I drove it at Proline by the Fire.
Nope. Well, you did. We were on a trail ride together, and I shot a spy video of it at Proline by the Fire.
I did the same thing.
It didn't come out until...
Oh, that's right. Okay, fine.
That's exactly. Yes. Obviously,
Release.
That's right, because I said it. Thank you. And it doesn't matter what your video said, because mine came out the next day after the event. Yours was like weeks later.
Yeah, because I had to get back surgery. I didn't.
Yeah.
But my back was pretty screwed up.
Yeah, that was in the video too. That came out the day after.
Oh,
because I'm dedicated.
Even the Element guys were like, they were regaling me with stories about how screwed up my back was.
You remember how bad you looked?
Hey, I remember how terrible you felt that weekend. Yep. I almost didn't get on the plane. It was so bad.
Yeah, I remember that. And I was just like, well, I'm sorry you feel bad, but listen, we've got a video series to wrap up.
Yeah, we've got a pretty intense video series that Proline sponsored. I'm going to need
you to get on that plane. RC events come above personal health. That's why I do these daily vlogs at events. So
yeah, and that's why I slept in James Knight's trailer, and it was extremely uncomfortable.
Let's see. Axial Fest Saturday is my actual birthday, and I will still be up that night editing video for all of you, and
probably accepting birthday gifts.
My birthday gifts came to the mail from my mom today.
Oh yeah, did you open it already?
Obviously.
Mail call. What'd you get?
I got
T-shirt that says "Second Best Son."
I got new AirPods because I lost my previous ones, and I got a new. I have like the full like calf foot style massager thing that sits underneath of my editing desk. And my old one I burned up because I used it too much. So she replaced it for me.
That's pretty nice.
It is pretty nice. They were both be well-used gifts.
That's cool.
So yes, that so there you go. On Axial Fest, you can eat Armageddon jerky, and then also sing Happy Birthday.
Our Seeing Around America said, "I thought Josh had a spreadsheet on all of this."
I do, but I didn't open it because that would be cheating.
And then in the third quarter of 1927,
I'm way more exact than that. There's actual dates. The official announcement was actually posted on April 17th.
I'm surprised that Rich hasn't been popping in here. I know he's probably working very hard setting up Axial Fest stuff.
Yes.
But I'm surprised he didn't check in to lament the leak of the new Bronco.
Is a Wraith axle swap a good idea on my SCX-102 Cherokee? No,
No,
it is not.
that is not a good idea.
Ranchos, as they used to be called, which was a Wraith Honcho swap, were popular for a short amount of time. They are not good ideas. They do not look that great. The link geometry is very funky, and overall, I'd give it a hard no. Yeah,
I did it once.
I did it once as well, and then I sold it immediately afterwards. I still know the person who I sold it to. 6 or 7 years later, I think they still have it. Still talk to them every once in a while.
I took one picture and then I immediately took the axles off of it.
Yeah, I built it just to sell it.
Phantom Works just said, my mom's got a special massager too.
Jesus Christ. I can't with you people. Oh my God.
Oh, and then Vidjo deleted the comment. Yes,
there's a moderator for you. See, keeping it family over there. You know what? Vidjo is a great choice as a moderator.
He is a good choice. He goes, I wasn't sure on that one. I'll tell you what, I was.
That's one of the ones that's like, my wife's such a space nerd. She bought a replica of Bezos's spaceship. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got my Ripper that I'm taking 2 vehicles to Axial Fest this year. That's it. And that's because without camping, I'm not trying to pack a bunch of stuff. Before with the
you're staying with Brandon, right?
Yeah, with the luxurious Ramaza Inn that I was previously available to stay in, I would bring several vehicles. But this year,
because he's got enough room for several.
Exactly. The Ripper and the Wraith 19 are the
Sweet.
2 that are going.
DK goes the Ripper 1 and 2.
Those are the vehicles that I'm taking. I've got them both prepped. I have not done the fastback mod, which I was hoping to get done to my Wraith 19. I don't think that's going to happen before the event. I have a massive amount of prep to still do.
What would I take?
What would you take? Let me guess. Let me guess. You definitely bring the Gladiator. Would you definitely bring the Gladiator? You still have your original JL, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Would you do you wouldn't bring the half track again. That's been played out. And I mean, it didn't even win the votes in the concourse from home thing. So
it's Toyota.
Underappreciated
truck, definitely. Well, I've got a couple of options.
If the Cherokee's a hard no.
Why?
Because it's a Cherokee mostly. That's really my only no. It's just all things Cherokee.
All right. Well, I would take the Ripper for sure.
Oh yeah, duh.
So we could have Ripper Fest 20.
The Ripper run happens on Saturday afternoon this year.
Nice.
For all of my viewers, all of you that own Rippers, I obviously know who all of you are already, and can name the number that you own. But
Travis Gilmore said that's how that Wraith would stand out. It's the only one there that won't be fastbacked.
And it'll have gold wheels.
All right, I wouldn't take the Rift.
You would not want to compete in the Rift bouncing challenge?
There's a Rift bouncing challenge?
There is.
Okay, I'll bring the Rift.
I think there's also a rock race class for them.
Oh.
Maybe it's the same thing.
The Ultra?
Sure. No. The rock racing.
Okay, well, I got to bring the Bomber because I'm doing the Ultra.
You're doing the 5K. That would be something you would do. I agree.
Yeah, that's definitely something I would do. I did one today. just for fun. So Ripper, Gladiator, Wraith. No, I mean Bomber and Rift. That's what I would bring.
So you'd be trailing all weekend with which vehicle? The trails.
The Gladiator.
Really?
Maybe I'll bring the UMG 10.
Really?
I like the UMG 10.
So short.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. Shorty, I got you. And then, just to be that guy, I'd bring my Traxxas Bronco. They won't know. They're not going to see me.
No, you should change it up. Bring that Element Gatekeeper, but put the Traxxas Bronco body on it still.
Cut it up though first with a Dremel. Actually, are they doing an SCX-24 or anything?
Yeah, they have a specific SCX-24 course, which I'm not bringing my SCX-24 for.
I'll bring my Micro Shark for that. Because it's all still
Micro Shark.
It's all still axial underneath.
Yes.
Just take shippy.
Should we discuss for a moment the SCX-24s?
I think that's an excellent idea. And
Is
probably, if I'm honest, probably a great way to end it, because I think this will take a little while.
I don't see how that's possible, but I have an SCX-24.
Well, because I was hoping we could wrap it up a little early tonight.
Oh, well, okay, that makes more sense.
Oh,
I have an SCX-24 here in front of me.
Hang on. I also have a few SCX-24s in front of me here.
Which one will you possibly be using?
Oh, the one that's in the box. I have another one.
I do too, but that one's staying in the box.
No. I have another one of these in the box, but I also have a deadbolt that I bought.
Oh, really?
Yeah, didn't I tell you that?
You may have. I didn't pay attention, probably. But Matt and I have both been discussing SCX-20 probably for some time.
A long some time,
really. Yes, and we have decided that we should feature the SCX-24 in the next budget build series.
Budget build SCX-24.
Budget build SCX-24.
I've already blown the budget.
Yeah, exactly. The first week. And let me tell you, the first week of the SCX-24 budget build is going to have a lot of really interesting comments, I can already tell. I will have to say that I can imagine it will have the most negative comments of any first video.
For you or for me?
Both.
Really? Why?
I think so. Just because of the difference in the popular definition of what would consider a budget build.
Oh, here we go. Oh, shoot. I missed did I already say Psycho 13 Garage? Thanks for the $5.
Wow, I missed one too. How did
I miss
Lone
that?
Star RC guy. Thank you very much. Thanks for the laughs. You guys are great. I much appreciated, sir.
Psycho 13 Garage, thanks for the $5. Sounds kind of sketchy. Hey, do you want to do something together on video?
He lived a long ways away, so I was okay with saying yes.
I mean, okay, but don't make it weird.
The catch is there is no job, and there.
Perry G, thanks for the $2. Has anyone made SCX-24 oil shocks yet? Yes, I think so.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. No, I can't remember.
Jesse Schultz. Fine. I ordered some hot ass jerky. Yes. Jesse.
Hot Racing has a set, apparently. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We are going to do a budget build. It is modified from our previous budget build.
We're not doing it for 18 weeks, I'll tell you that.
We're not doing
much.
16 weeks as previous budget builds have lasted. But some aspects of the budget build have not changed. So
Yes.
it's in the end, it will still not be a budget in regards to cheap.
How it works is we spend X number of dollars each week. That's
Like a budget.
our budget. As in, we've budgeted this much money to spend each week. It's
Yes.
not we're trying to keep this cheap.
Right. Exactly.
They won't be. It's like when we finished the honcho, those were like $2,000 honchos.
Well, that's not how math works, but still.
How much was it? $50 a week
for 16 weeks.
16 weeks.
So that's $800 plus the initial purchase.
Plus the truck.
So that's $1,100. $1,129, basically.
Yep.
If you still want to pull out your calculator for that math, I understand.
I'm doing it. No. Yeah, you're right. Okay, just checking that. With a budget, not on a budget. Exactly. Wes just described it perfectly. With a budget, not on a budget.
Agreed.
So maybe we should change the name to the SCX24 with a budget build.
Nope. I absorb the hate.
Yeah. I absorb it, and then I form it into a deep ball that I push way down inside me.
Yeah, and then that is what fuels me to stay awake at night. To be like, I know what I'm going to say back. I got it. No.
Oh, yeah? Well, the jerk store is running out of you.
Yep.
One of you has an engineering degree. The other is Matt. Good one, Mark.
I don't know what context that came from, but I like it. You know what? I think that's just always okay.
Travis Gilmore, add all the brass to the SCX24 and then complain about how the motor is trash when it burns up. Hello, Horizon? Shut up.
Money isn't measured in squares. I like that.
That's good. Who said that?
ELR 260.
All right.
You know what? There is a scale to money still. Nope, still doesn't work. Damn. Sure, $150 rig and spend enough money to where you could have bought a real RC truck. Yes.
What? There's nothing that isn't real about this. These are real.
There is, because it's less than 1/10 scale.
Oh, you. Caution, hot.
Caution hot. What is that? Oh yeah, it does say caution hot.
Caution hot. I think I upgraded the motor in the Micro Shark. Oh no, it's the same one. Anywhoosies, there's going to be all kinds of cool upgrades, stuff that you may not even know about or have not even seen about on the internet.
There could be different paths that exist on a SCX24 upgrade, they wouldn't be far enough apart to indicate the routes that Matt and I are going.
If you can, I'm pretty sure you can wager who is doing what.
Right. I plan to cut a hard body in half over here. And then continue to cut it into smaller and smaller pieces.
You can add as much brass as possible. Probably put a really hot motor in it. Drive it at full pin on everything. I'm just going to remove any curve to that throttle response.
How can you not drive these things at full pin anyway?
Well, when it's the Micro Shark, you don't.
Full pin. But you know what? Is still
No. There's like 3 settings on that remote. Where is it?
Got 3 looks, and that's it.
Wait, this isn't it. Which stupid remote is this?
That looks like an SCX24 remote.
Didn't it used to have like 3 settings?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, low, medium, and high.
What's that for?
You can have it in 3 different modes of acceleration or
Really?
like full speed. Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
Oh boy.
What did I have mine in?
I guess when
it was in high. It's okay. Don't worry.
All right. Phew.
I was just like, maybe I was missing out on something. Nope.
This thing ain't no good. Oh, nope. That's as good as it gets.
Oh, see, I already have it on here. Look at that. SCX24 Betty budget build. I don't know if you know this, but I write on Silver Sharpie on all of my radios now.
Oh, so yeah?
I know what
I've got a similar technique as well. Can you imagine that mine's better than yours?
Is it on the label maker?
Of course it is.
Of course it is. That's like, oh my God. That's a printed label from a printer.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah. I print all
I
these
have
out.
a label maker that makes the little strip labels. That you went on a computer.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
What do you mean? I do that with all of my radios.
You have a template that you open, a Word document, and it's got all the labels around
it. It's a Dymo label printer. It's got its own program.
Oh my God.
It's mostly for the Traxxas ones because they all look the same.
I don't even know what to... I have a label printer that I use a lot, but it's a handheld.
No, you don't.
I do. This thing has gone through so much. So many things have been labeled. But
I'm surprised they're not written in pencil.
I can't believe you sometimes.
What do you mean? This is a great way to keep things organized. I've got a label maker too that I used for all my labels on my
bins and boxes.
Yeah, bin thingy.
Mine too. They were done with this.
Yeah, that's what I used. But now I have this amazing Dymo label printer, which is way better.
This is box 3.
Uh-huh.
It's on both sides.
Yeah.
Yes, box 3. That's the way to do it, because then you don't have to have you can just be like, anything that's in box 3 can be in the inventory program.
Sure.
But still.
Anyway, I use the labels on the radios because that makes sense to me.
Yeah. And Silver Sharpie is the way to go. I can't with you.
RC Journey, as far as I know, you have to run the SCX24 transmitter. I have not seen anybody successfully bind a Spectrum receiver or transmitter to that unit.
No, not to the build-in. I don't think that it's a DSMR style or DSM.
It is not.
Yes, nerds to the bone. I think Matt is the real nerd. This label maker doesn't make me a nerd. That's reasonable. Matt's Dymo label printer that he had.
It's really awesome, though. It's so quick. It's how I print all of my mailing labels when I ship out the stickers. Can you imagine me trying to write out 200 plus labels to mail to people? Impossible.
No, that's reasonable. Using that then to make for this stuff, no.
But it's all part of the same product. It's just sitting out there. Just hit print. It's done.
No,
labels are already in the printer.
Kenneth Freeman, thank you. My labels are craft foam. How is your wife's contact saved in your cell phone?
I think it's just under her name.
First and last?
Probably.
Okay.
Because I probably put it in there before we were even
But no, you guys, before you went on your first whatever you called it, their cell phones didn't exist. Or cell phones weren't
What are you talking about? Cell
You said
phones didn't
25
exist.
some odd year. It's only still 2000 something or 1990 something.
I had a cell phone when I was in my first year of university, and that was in 1997.
I had my first cell phone in 1997 as well. However, I was 16 years old. 15 maybe, something like that. And it wasn't like an actual, it was somebody's, I had it, went in the glove box, she didn't actually use it. But there's no way your contacts carried over from then. You had you didn't even have characters. T9 didn't exist.
Okay, so I got my first iPhone when they first came out. So ever since
you
then,
were an early adopter.
I was. I actually had to drive to Buffalo and buy it and then unlock it here. Like through like jailbreaking and stuff.
Oh, see, my first smartphone was a Samsung Blackjack. And then I went to Windows phones for a while, which Samsung Blackjack I think was Windows phone. I didn't go to
who's the nerd now?
I didn't go to an iPhone until 2011. Then I went to Android for a while. Then I came to my senses and went back to iPhone, obviously. I apologize for my brief time in Android land, but
big mistake. I could never go to an Android phone.
Yeah, me either.
Yuck.
Either. Oh, totally agree. So I'm glad we got that under control.
DK said, if you ever see Matt's wife without her shoes on, she's got a label on the bottom of her foot. Matt's
really
property. No,
obviously you would never. You would print that and then you would immediately apologize and throw it away. Like, this was a joke. I'm not doing
that. I love you. I'm sorry. Josh told me to do it.
I will write on the bottom of Nicole's foot right now with black Sharpie that Josh is.
Go.
Nicole,
go do it.
Give me the bottom of your foot. I'm just going to put Woody. It's just
oh, man.
Can I write on the bottom of your foot? Nothing.
For no reason.
No reason. Just put it up here. Need to make some donations.
It is his birthday, guys.
Yeah, right? Go.
Oh, man. I hope you have a fun time at Axial Fest. I'm really bummed that I'm missing it this year.
I'm looking forward to it as well.
Did you go last year?
No, because last year the only one that happened was Badlands. So.
Oh, right. So, okay. I've only missed 2 then. I feel better.
Yes, you missed 18 and 19.
Yeah. Yes.
And so. Yep.
Oh, man.
2 good years. So, but yeah, that's the.
Travis said, if that's the case, Josh has Nicole written on his foot already in silver Sharpie.
Yeah, it's bet he does. On the back of my neck, or tramp stamp. Matt never shows his tattoos because he's got tramp stamps as well.
Well, no, it's because my entire back is covered.
Ah, there's that too. There you go.
There's no room for a tramp stamp anymore. It's like one giant.
Technically, there's one there then.
Yeah, it's one giant.
There's a section that would count.
I guess.
This area is tramp stamped.
This around here.
Is there a butterfly in that area?
Is this going to annoy you if I have some Big League Chew?
How can you still have that?
I'm getting down to the dredges here. There's not much left.
Still blows my mind. You're supposed to at least pack it in your lip like you're acting like it's...
Well, I guess we're putting the rest in.
You got to be a self-respecting adolescent.
What's wrong with me?
I don't know either. Well, it's been a good week. I have a long list of things to prepare for Axial Fest. Now, including spare radio batteries, Armageddon jerky. I can put an X next to a couple of these things. since I like to be complete with my lists.
Did I say dredges? I meant dregs. Sorry.
Wait, when did you say this?
I'm getting down to the dregs is what I meant to say.
I don't know that term.
Of course you don't.
Of course you don't.
Friggin' millennials.
I have many leather-bound books. My house smells of rich mahogany.
Anchorman?
Mm-hmm. You ate an entire wheel of cheese? You pooped in the refrigerator? You ate an entire wheel of cheese? Not even mad. Impressed. I'm in a glass case of emotion. So much.
Yep,
so many
those are all the quotes on IMDb.
Psh, milk was a bad decision. Don't forget your Crocs and man sack. The fanny pack is on the list.
You gonna take your backpack? You got a backpack?
I've got that as well, but I try not to carry my backpack when possible because of the massive amount of sweat that will build up. Although it is nice to also be able to carry the extra water. So
Camelback. That's what I do.
that's basically a backpack with less utility.
How are you talking? I put the Camelback in a regular backpack that's got a laptop sleeve.
Okay. But then you're just still carrying a backpack. And you could still just put in water if you needed to, right? Right? Just saying.
I also have a Camelback regular because when you do those ultras, you need it.
Yeah, I will get. If you're running an Ultra 5K, Camelback sounds like a great idea.
Hey, get RC Girl's autograph for me when you're there.
Done. You can add it to your collection. You can put it right next to my autograph.
I don't remember asking you for an autograph.
Nicole does, and that's all that counts because Nicole has never been wrong.
It must have been an equally yet dumber, like an equally handsome yet dumber version of me she saw. I can think of a couple of guys
that are equally handsome. Who are they? Let's hear what you have in mind there.
That's pretty hard. John, you said get her to sign a scaled bedroll. Just make sure it's big enough for two.
Would that have to be width-wise or girth for you to be a bedroll big enough for two? Like, how would you model that for your?
It would have
the back
to be
of
width.
Your Toyota. Okay.
It would have to be width. Like, where's that quilt? That's big enough for two.
That's amazing, though.
Where's my man? Here's a 9th scale me. Okay.
It's a forward hat.
Of course it is. One of me fits quite well on.
Is that big? Because you have to pull it. There's no room
bedroll.
for tuck. There's no room for. You got to be able to.
It's a bedroll. It's a bedroll. It goes on the bottom under your sleeping bag.
Is that how bedrolls work?
Oh my God!
Listen,
it's like a roll-up mattress.
I prefer bedrolls.
How do you not know?
Because
You've been putting them all over your trucks.
I go to Holiday Inn Expresses.
You've been. Then you should definitely know.
Yeah.
That's how that thing works. Project One. Thanks for the $5. Blow a bubble, Matt. Oh, hang on. It's still too soft. I gotta chew some of the sugar out of it here.
Someone skipped Overlander 101. I know. I feel like true Overlanders have basically mini Holiday Inns with them.
It's true.
So yeah, I don't feel like that works out that well.
You should have plenty of foam left over from your interior building.
No,
So
because if you remember, I built that at the crawl space in Denver, and I used
yeah, but you
their
bought all
foam.
that foam. Didn't you pay for that foam?
I don't know what I paid for. I paid for what they said I owed them. And I only took home what I used or bought entire packages of, which was like zip ties and some stuff like that. So
You got a good deal then.
I did. I only paid like $70 or 60 some dollars for that night. Got out pretty easy. For
They're
60,
cheap date.
60 scale points, I'm just saying. 50 scale points. What did I have to get? 50.
50, and that's
50.
questionable.
That was legitimate. Thank you. You're just jealous. Just because you didn't think of foam brake disc rotors, not my fault.
Did you actually have those on your truck? You're an embarrassment.
If I would have had my circle maker, they would have been of better quality. However, that was here in Sacramento. Ooh, this thing is a little tight. Hasn't been worked out in a while.
Needs a good greasing.
Shoot.
Josh was today years old when he figured out what a bedroll was.
I thought it was just a sleeping. I thought it was just a stupid name for a sleeping bag. There we go. Oh, we got her freed up. Don't worry, everybody. Don't worry. It's back to working condition. There is a swap. Oh, good. Oh, good work. That's what you get.
All right. Yeah.
There is a swap meet at Axial Fest, and
didn't I tell everybody that already?
I was discussing, or I put as the title for this, that I have decided
Thinning the herd.
I do need to thin the collection out.
I also put that on my title.
I don't remember the number that we counted.
It's more than 40.
It is definitely more than 40. I would like to be below 40 total RCs by the end of August. Which could mean selling 40 RCs.
You have 80?
I think I'm probably pretty close.
Oh, that's gross.
It is. Honestly, I totally agree. I am going to give away some at the exactly. Think of the ones that aren't in the room. So I think that honestly that I'm somewhere around 40 RCs. I gotta go.
I'm well under that, so that's good.
Are you well under that?
I'm well under 80. Yeah.
What? Okay.
I'm closer to 50.
Yeah. Now I have a lot that are like partials and things like that, and I'm counting some of those. And those are stuff's got to go. I am honestly in a bad place for the number of rigs. So there's swap meets at Axial Fest. I'm going to take some to that. There is a swap meet in Chico. I'm going to take a bunch to that. I've got a couple that I'm going to give away at those events that are just like ones that I don't want to sell or have any, mainly because I don't want to have the conscience of have sold them to somebody. If there's some of them that I have that if I sold them to somebody for almost any dollar amount, I would just be like, I would have so much explaining that I would want to do beforehand. And if I give them to somebody, I don't feel like I have to do that. The very first one that comes to mind in that way is the Inverno challenge.
Oh, I just gave that away.
Did you? Yeah, you said you had mentioned that, and I think that is probably what put that seed in my head.
My neighbor at my mom's place, or my old house, he's been helping my mom out, looking after the yard and shoveling snow and stuff for her, so I don't have to do it, which is amazing. So she mentioned that he was into RCs. He had a little ramp, and he was playing with some sort of RC, and Turns out he's got like 6, and he was super thrilled to get it. He's like, "This is friggin' cool. Thank you."
That you
I
know
was like,
what? Good,
"Thank you."
good, absolutely good use.
Yeah,
Flex
it's a good
seal
way to do it.
truck. That is honestly the Flex seal truck is one that I've thought about.
There's the East Coast Scale Challenge coming up. I've got to put together a little prize pack for that I'm also not going to, but did commit to sponsoring that event. So I'm sure I've got a kit that I can throw in there, and some stickers and patches and whatnot.
Yeah. So that same. I have a bunch of cars that have got to go. I'm going to try and sell as much as possible at the swap meets. After that, then yes, they'll probably go on my website for sale. A lot of it is like some of this stuff has cost. Like I have bought a lot of cars over the last 19 months, roughly.
Yeah. Yep.
And a lot of them need to go. Like
it's
I need to recoup some of the let's not call it investment. That's a real poor word. I need to recoup some of the losses there.
Expense.
Expenses that because honestly it's been a lot.
It's one of those things that I'm always buying new stuff, always. And the fact of the matter is, I just don't have enough time to A, play with them, or B, modify them, or C, finish the projects that I've already started. So I've got to stop at some point.
That's my problem is that I think that I do when I don't.
Yes.
And then those things continue to take up physical space. And at some point, you start playing a game of Twister anytime you try and walk in your own studio. I'm not going to say that there's things on the floor completely surrounding me at the moment.
There is.
But I couldn't take 2 steps in here blindfolded. Is that a fair assessment? In any direction. I could not take 2 steps blindfolded with confidence.
You could take 2 steps, but you break something.
Yeah.
Traxxas Garage RC every day. Did you guys see the Ford Bronco from Axial? Yes, we did.
Rusty's RC crawling. Thank you, sir. How many hammers to get a sweet Wraith 19 hood? We can discuss.
Kenneth Waynard said, some guy got me hooked on vintage RC 10s that I have 16 of now. That's a lot of RC 10s. I'm sorry. I hope it wasn't me. But I think it might have been.
Perry G, thank you, sir. Crawl for a Cure raffle truck since it's the last one. Decent.
What? They're never doing that one again?
No, I think the organizers of honestly the organizers of that event who I know, who I work with on like a business level for projects that we need around the shop. Talk to them, and it's a massive amount of work that they do. They put in a ton of effort, and I think that it's likely just one of those things that they've been like, we probably need a break. They basically stop Crawl for a Cure. The event ends and they start the next year. So,
oh man, that's crazy.
They bring in tens of thousands of dollars per event for that.
That's
show.
Amazing.
It is. It is amazing, but it's something that they do without compensation back, and it's obviously it's been a big part of it's been a big effort for a long time. So, but I don't know that I have a lot of like trucks that would be like good raffle trucks. I have a lot of like, here's a project that existed at one point. And
that's the thing. I would feel like I was doing whoever was going to get that truck a disservice by offering something that I've built as a raffle or a giveaway or what have you. I would feel much better just buying assuming I've already got a kit or I've got something socked away that I could just give instead.
That would be more of a like I've got 2 new in-box Axial SCX-102 honchos at the shop that I bought for another project that I still haven't done, but I have the 2 still new RTR kits or RTRs, whatever.
Yep.
Who knows? So we'll see. Like,
well, listen, man.
Do I need 3 D12s?
No.
Probably
do you need
not.
any D12s?
1. Everybody needs 1
Maybe
D12. You should have 1 D12.
I have one.
When is the A-Main swap meet? Unibody, it is the 7th of August, if that date sounds something. Yeah, 7th of August. At the
Southern
Chico
Ontario,
Center.
there's going to be one too.
So, very good.
There's going to be one around here, brought to you by the Craig Thompson, who's in the chat here
nice.
a lot. He has a shop. Did I show you all the parts I got from Ampro to make this D12 a Suzuki Drifter? Yeah. So there's all these like 3D printed stuff to go on here.
I like that. I like it.
I don't know how it goes, but it'll go on there somehow.
Josh, you have a problem. You need help. I agree. The thing is that today, before I left home, I took photos of the places of all of the places where I store vehicles in here at the house, which is multiple locations. And so that I could try and go through and catalog and identify the ones that I wanted to sell. And yeah, so I'm going to try and go through.
First right of refusal, though. If there's anything good, I want to know. I want to see.
So, yeah.
And same thing goes for you if you want any of my stuff. That's the thing, though. Like, I've got so many things I don't want to sell.
Things for sale every day.
I know. Same. That's where I start. Every morning, RCC. It's the first place I go.
I have a small list of keywords that I do a search on for every day to see if anything new has popped up for sale with those keywords. Just in case anything pops up that I'm looking for. But I haven't bought anything in weeks.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I can never sell. Shippy, can't sell. 6x6 Charity, can't sell. Range Rover, can't sell. Half Track, can't sell. Steam Truck, can't sell. LS Mail, can't sell. The first Origin truck, because that was a prototype, can't sell that. The list goes on.
Yeah. I mean, I've got what is that? The Reliant Robin thing, like you're holding.
Yeah. You can't sell this.
I've got the Bomber up top. Don't want to sell yet. Not a can't sell item, though. Flex Seal Truck, not a can't sell. I could sell that.
You can sell that.
The new Woods Runner, that's a can't sell currently. The Ace and Gary sidecar, can't sell. The Ultra, can't sell. The Bug right now, can't sell.
I've got this crummy motorcycle here I can probably get rid of.
Oh, crap. I'm not even counting that. Ugh.
Did you see I put the Cyrillic number plate on the top there? So
is that what
it's like a
Russian lettering is called?
Yeah. Big Red Bitch said, can't sell yet.
Yes.
On the back, I put Crazy Vlakov's Place of Automobiles.
Oh my God. Stabby Josh might be my favorite comment so far of the night. Referring to you. The Cherokee, he can't sell. And man, he's tried.
Like, that's the thing. There's so many things in my collection that I find really appealing that others would be like, why did you make that?
What? But why?
But
why? So,
the Ripper can't sell that either.
Yeah, you see this guy here.
Hey, all right.
Last weekend was quite the, let me tell you, the RCPC has been its own headache in so many ways. Last weekend was a continuation of that, but I believe that I now have all of the pieces.
That's good. Are you waiting on decals now, or do you have those?
Yeah. As are you, as your, well, different PC, but
Different project, but
also,
it's
also,
funny. He actually sent them
I know
last week. Oh, did he tell you?
He's like, "What is this?" I'm
Then
like, "Yep, June 1st, all that changed." Oh, he was so mad.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, no
Yep,
kidding.
June 1st, all kinds of rules changed. So he got stuck because of it.
Yep, they get sent back.
So yes,
Which is kind of annoying. Not that I have any time right now to build a PC anyway, but
right.
all the parts are waiting.
Yep. So anyway, so many vehicles, so many
So little time.
so many got to go.
So
And then there's
little
so many that aren't in.
Does anybody want a gatekeeper with a slightly chopped up Bronco body?
Oh yeah, there's
It's not
that
the
one.
Traxxas one.
Well, never mind then. I really like those new Broncos. You should have used the Traxxas one.
I should have. You're right.
So, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh god, I had the.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up. Sancho wants my 1.9 method roosts. You mean these ones?
Oh man.
Or where's my other set?
What about
or do you mean
these, Matt?
These ones. Ooh.
Oh, are these bronze ones that haven't been ever released? And the original bronze prototype wheels? What?
When are those coming out?
Never. But at the time when we were deciding to do bronze, we're just like, I need to send some bronze wheels to be prototyped to see this color. I'm like, I got a bunch of these roosts that nobody ever buys. So let's just send those because those are useless.
Yeah.
And now everyone's like, will you ever make roosts again? I'm like, no. Nah. They never sold. People didn't like them. Now
that's crazy. Roosts are the best.
Yeah. There's 9 of you that also feel that way.
No, they're not for sale, Sancho. Don't reach out. I'm not selling them because they're not making them anymore.
I'm taking offers. Bid starts at $400.
Oof.
You can have these BFG all-terrain KO2s. New, never ran.
I got a bunch of those. All right, let's wrap this up. I gotta go to bed.
I want to keep doing this show so that I don't have to get back, so I don't have to start working on things.
Hack, let's ready.
Let's talk about something else. Fine.
Ah, man, I wish I was going. I'm really bummed.
I may go mow the yard.
Just do your work. Get it done.
All right.
It's been a real pleasure.
It has.
As always. Have fun. Be safe. If you can't be safe, be careful.
Yeah, that as well. That'll do it. That'll end it. That's all I want to talk about.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Thank you to Aussie RC Queen, Perry G, Doug Lemoyne, Gunnar Nissen, Lone Star RC Guy, Psycho 13 Garage, Perry G again, and Project One. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated.
I don't have the ability to scroll all the way up, and I forgot to open. But I know Dale C. Thank you, Lone Star RC Guy. I'm just having to scroll, and it'll only go so far. Kenneth Freeman. My labels are craft foam. That was the best. Trustees RC, Crawling, Perry G. And I know there was more. I apologize. So, awesome. Appreciate it. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Hopefully I get to see some of you at Axial Fest. Make sure and stop me on the trail to do the Armageddon Jerky Challenge and talk about your truck.
Get his autograph too, guys. He's handing them out. He loves doing it. He's got his Sharpie ready. Come
do the Armageddon Challenge because Saturday's my birthday and you should all be in pain because of it.
Exactly. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See you later. Bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.